Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Minecraft on the CraftyDog server. Let's see, no one is on, as usual, at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and flip over to first person mode here. Yeah, no one's on. We can't seem to get more than one person on at the same time most days. Kind of weird. Let's see, I learned that that over there does indeed belong to Jade Max, and it actually looks rather nice on the inside. From a distance, yeah, it is kind of monstrous. But the way he's working on it, the sort of design he has in mind, it's actually kind of nice. I won't go too much into it because it looks like he's done more either off the air or for another episode that hasn't aired yet. So enjoy it from afar. Enjoy it! It's an order. It is dark. I'm going to sleep. Jump right into bed. And as you can clearly see, I've been doing some work off the air as well, just trying to get my sort of home finished. I've got a little deck up top here. This is all bottom slabs, so nothing spawns. Nothing spawns in the leaves either. I do have a bit of light, though, with my little pumpkin friend here. Heading downstairs, you can see I've added some windows and cut out all those darn leaves. Except for this stuff at the top here. It's sort of my shelter, if you will. Some carpeting as well. When I first started my sheep farm over there, it was just the gray and the whites, and so I made the carpet based on that. And you might be wondering, those keen-eyed observers, why I have two different door arrangements. One is sort of the traditional pressure plate open door with lag. Just love lag. And then go back in. Whereas the other, you might have seen on one of the other guys, the Let's Play series, specifically the Dubbed Craft. The Dubbed Craft put his one block away, and he's got a series of redstone underneath, which then comes up and around to the door to hold it open for a delayed period of time. Now, what this lets you get away with is this door is actually mounted sideways. Right now, it's technically open. So zombies won't actually come after it. Whereas this one over here is mounted properly, and zombies will come after it and smash it down, because the server's on hard mode. But my design's a little bit more elegant. I'll show it to you real quick. Grab my thing here, break my wood up. So, as you can see, I've got the log with the pressure plate on top, which just broke. That's going to a single bit of redstone. This single bit of redstone, go ahead and break this up as well. Well, it's daylight, nothing will walk in on me, hopefully. No creepers, no creepers, any creepers, no creepers, okay. And as you can see here, I've got an inverter, so that when you activate the pressure plate over here, this lights up, this turns off, door opens up, because it's backwards. So, no fancy pants, redstone repeaters or anything like that, just simple, elegant, gets the job done quite effectively. I'm going to pull that stuff back before a creeper comes around, because I hate creepers. Here we go. Carpet back down, pressure plate, and place the door sideways, just sort of sidle up to the wall next to where you want to put it, and bam! Okay, first thing I was afraid it broke. And you can get in the same way. And I like this design, personally, a lot better. I don't know if it's been used on other servers or not, but if you'd like to use it, go right ahead. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Next time I actually have some redstone. I did explore the cave under here as well. I like my deck. It's kind of nice. Yeah, I explored the cave a little bit. Real simple cave. Eventually it does connect to some of the other guys' caves. Has some of the new stones as well I might exploit a little bit later. But more importantly, in my free time, I've also created an actual sheep farm, which I really should expand the quantities of sheep and finish my little railing system. But now we have sheep in all the colors of the rainbow, as well as an extra area over here because I built the fence too big. I figure I use this for mutton farming, because mutton, the new meat, comes from sheep. And it's quite tasty. But regardless, that's not entirely why we're here today. Today, we are here to begin, or at least prototype, our dock. Now, I haven't actually looked at any pictures of docks, so I don't know how I want to design mine. I don't know if I want to come out at an angle and then go all the way across from this point, or if I want to use this as like beachfront and then go out from there. Actually, that sounds like it might be a better idea. I might build a bridge across to here, though. Make travel a little bit simpler. As you can see, we do have a very, very nice, fairly scenic bay, which I'm going to sully with as much wood as possible. I'm going to take a quick look at some docks, maybe get an idea of what I want to do. Another thing I want to do, after that's at least started, right over here, we've got all these darn farms, which for some reason someone got the bright idea to build all along the waterfront. This is not how you treat a waterfront. Waterfronts are meant to be scenic and pristine and full of overweight tourists, at least in America. This is not how you treat a waterfront. So I might actually rearrange some of these farms for everyone, maybe specify them a little more, like have a wheat farm and a potato farm and a carrot farm all separate from one another instead of piled into one another. But that'll come later. So excuse me for a moment, I'm going to take a look at some docks and see how they're designed. I figure if I should be able to go from the side. We've got a little lagoon here. I might actually take it from there? Here. Might take it from here. That's a good place to start. I'll be right back. Alright, so I've gone and looked at some pictures of docks to get sort of an idea of what I wanted to do. I also looked at some marinas. By the way, be very careful if you Google the word marina. It's also a very common name for women, so make sure Google Safe Search is turned on if you have kids around. So it's getting kind of dark, so I might go to sleep real quick. But I've got an idea of what I want to build and what I want to build it out of. Now, over there in the community chest, which, since this is a community build, I don't feel so bad taking their stuff, but figure some old wood, some new wood, not some jungle wood. Jungle wood, I'm going to go ahead and spare from this build, because I've used it for everything else I've built so far, in case you couldn't tell. I'm going to go to sleep. Bring the daylight around, and then we'll go ahead and get building, at least, like I said, the prototype of what I wanted to do. What I've got in mind, it's going to be a few blocks high, so people taking boats out into the ocean can slip under it, but I've also gotten an idea. I don't know if it'll work, but I've got an idea for sort of a landing system for boats, so you don't have to crash them into the shore and break them. You know, like you normally do. I really should build some roads as well. This kind of thing I did back on the unnamed server, building some roads to get around. Where'd I start? Oh yeah, over here. So I've got my thingamabob ready. I'm gonna make some planks here. I'm not gonna make it out of planks though, not entirely anyway. I'm gonna start with slabs. Slabs, because bottom half slabs, nothing spawns on it. I don't want stuff spawning on this thing. So 1, 2, 3. 3 spaces underneath it. So we're going to start like this. It's going to start out at an angle, going out into the ocean. I haven't built a lot of angly stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and just guess at what I'm doing here. Yeah, this idea came to me because, well, frankly, this is the first server I've been on that actually had like a very large bay area to work with. And I've built a couple of community builds. I have the, had the Smeltotron on the unnamed server. It broke after a while, though, because my elevator system was highly inefficient. I might try to remake that in a more efficient way, preferably a bit more space-efficient way as well. Not a lot of people use this, so I probably won't double up the design again like I did before, and when I build it, I'll try not to speed it up so much, because, let's face it, that video went very, very quickly. Alright, so it's a fair start. I do have some ideas for things I want to add to the dock. I was actually thinking of putting in a sort of bar and restaurant. Let's see how this looks with the dark oak. Don't know how well this will match. I might change this up to spruce, now that I look at it. So we're going to start down here. Come on, jump up. Lazy bum. Zoop. 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 Put this down here. Maybe kind of a pain to build out into the water. I'll build this way. I don't want to build another way. May actually make this a little bit less wide. Maybe only 3 wide at parts. This kind of works, though. We'll keep going with this, at least for the angle. How far apart do I want to make these things? Maybe 3? 4? 3? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Put one here, see how it looks. Doop, 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 doop. And then over here. Maybe I should have invested in a water-breathing helmet as well. Maybe some water-breathing potions. That doesn't look too bad. It's got sort of the weathered look of the dark oak. I don't want to go spruce or not. I don't think I want to go with spruce. I don't want it to look too weathered. I want it to look new enough. But this does been in the water for a long time, so maybe I'll even go with spruce logs. That'd be kind of neat. Let's try that. I'm going to grab some spruce real quick. We'll see how that looks. That way we've got sort of the weathered look in the water, where the water's been lapping up against it. I mean, anyone who's been to the ocean might have seen this. And then above that, we've got the spruce, which doesn't look quite as dark, but does have a very similar texture. Sort of the fresher wood. It's really got spruce, though. I may need to go cut some of my own, just like I did with the jungle trees. I'll be right back. Alright, so we've got a handful of spruce. Should be enough to get a sense of what I'm going for. If I get the top 2, make spruce. The color does blend a little bit better. Chop down a little bit. Take a look at it from out here. Maybe the third one. There's the way, just the ones out of the water. It does have kind of that weathered look. I think we'll go with that. Blend of dark oak and spruce, which means I'm going to need a lot more spruce logs. A lot more spruce logs. How much time have I got? I'm going to get more spruce. Alright, so I went and grabbed enough spruce logs to at least get me started with this. Far from enough to finish, though. I'm going to have to do a lot more logging and a lot more building off air. Let's see, how far do I want to take this? That way, I don't bore you with just, you know, awful building sequences. Because I'm not that great at small talk. I'm not that great at talking about my life. I've got another series I've started doing that in. That's my An Engineer Asterisk Plays series. And basically I had to make notes for myself to have something to talk about. Small talk's just not a thing I do. Not sure why. I have my suspicions, but I need to see a psychiatrist to confirm them. Maybe I'll line this up with the Enchanted Forest over there. So there's a couple more layers of this. I'll tell you what. No, it's not going to work. Is it going to? Come back to that. I should probably put torches on those logs too, because stuff will spawn on those if I don't. Oop, ooh. No, okay. Didn't lose them. But yeah, I guess I'll finish up this this sort of jetty at the side here, and then build the rest across the water. In the meantime, let's get some torches out here. In In the meantime, I'll go ahead and actually test out this idea I had for the, get rid of this dirt here. That matches better. Test out this idea I had for a sort of landing system. Let's see. This gravel over here is kind of ugly. We'll get rid of this. Do I have a shovel? I have a shovel. It's a wood shovel. To be sure, but it's a shovel. The idea I had involves soul sand and half slabs. Now, I haven't actually looked up to see if this has worked for anyone else, but I'm going to try it. I have heard that soul sand on its own does act as an effective brake for boats, in that you can drive a boat over it and it won't break. In a different sense of the word brake. Grab some jungle wood here, get a boat out of it. Takes out in the ocean, try not to hit Mr. Squid back there. Alright, spin this bad, spin around, spin around. And if as we roll over the soul sand, this boat should not break. Nope, it does not. Handy dandy. And crunch. So we can sort of roll up and onto it. So pop out of that. I think if we smack this around a bit, yep, we get our boat back, which is handy. But this is hideous. Let's face it. No one likes the look of that. So the idea I had involves taking the soul sand here, putting it down one more layer. Now this works for ice. I don't know if it works for soul sand, but we're about to find out. And I broke my shovel. Lay that stuff down there, grab some of my halfy slabs here. And it does cut off there, which is it's a little weird, but then again, this is Minecraft, who cares? So roll that in the ocean a little bit. Spin her around. And then roll up and onto it. See what happens. Roll right over it. So it does nothing to actually slow the boat down. Doesn't do anything to slow me down. So does not work for soul sand like it does for ice. Drat. Well, I guess we'll dig this stuff up again. And we'll go with the old soul sand method. Basically what I want to do, I wanted to build a sort of small dock system. So people going out with boats can just roll them right up to the dock, maybe climb up into the bar, or just head inland. Whatever it is they want it to do. Place some of this gravel back down. What if we did this? Did soul sand out like that, just sort of decorate it a little bit. I'm gonna need more slabs. If I do that, that'll allow my thing to survive. Let's see, a little more jungle wood. Using jungle wood as my utility wood because, as I said, I've used jungle wood in everything else, and I want a little bit of variety in my builds. Spin this bad boy around. Sorry about the graphical lag. I gotta look into my video settings, see what I can do about that. And then boosh. Alright, so we can successfully decorate around the soul sand, so it won't be quite as obtrusive. Good to know. So now I've got a design for a landing and a design for a jetty. Maybe we'll put some of these around the outside as bumpers as well. And people won't crash into the pylons. But I'll probably go ahead and actually call the episode here. This has been another episode of the CraftyDog server with me, Carl Bajui. I'm going to try to do one of these every week or so. I don't know if they'll all be quite this short, but I'll do a lot of work off the air, because again, bad at small talk, good at building. But until next time, if you enjoyed the show, hit the like button below, hit subscribe if you want to see more, as well as updates from the CraftyDog server and the unnamed community at large. And if you want to see some of my other videos as well, I do all kinds. I've got stuff where I play with friends, stuff where I play with strangers, stuff where I play with my wife, and stuff where I play with myself. That's right. I said it. Have a nice day.